By Hoovler and Metters, Greg Grismore drives. 2 is Western Playboy, owned by Francis and Milton Schloss with Dave Rankin. 3 is Bill Sanders, Sand on Fire, and Jeff Out. 4, Polo Bow, owned by Hodkinson and Puccio and Vesco, Bill Long Jr. 5, Darrell Sam's Rocks Big Boy, Bob Harper in the bike. 6 is Vegas Excalibur, owned by Burke Darrow, Chericello and Burke, Brian Sears. 7, Gifted Jade, owned by Glenn and Norma Huber with Brad Henners. Farther back to the 8, Sociable Sam, owned by Westgate Motors with Scott Mogan. And that's the 9, Pacific Eagle, owned by Owens and Ravello. Todd Jones is in the sulky post time in 6 minutes. Lined up in the backstretch, and there they go. And they're away and pacing in the first. Vegas Excalibur from the far outside leaves well. Polo Bow darts out from between horses, followed by Sand on Fire nearest the rail. The gap is to Western Playboy. Comes away 3 off the pace, racing in 4th. A span of 3 more lengths by the back, and we come to Meadowland Merlin, just in front of Rock's Big Boy. Another 2-length gap to Sociable Sam, followed by Pacific Eagle, and going off stride far back now is Gifted Jade as they pass the opening quarter station in 27-1. Passing the stands for the first time, and Bill Long Jr. has Polo Bow on the engine where he likes to be. Polo Bow is on top by 2, being tracked in the pocket by Sand on Fire second. 2.5 back Western Playboy third. Next in line Vegas Excalibur remains in 4th. He's about 5 off the pace. Next we come to Meadowland Merlin, followed by Rock's Big Boy, Sociable Sam, Pacific Eagle, distant trailer Gifted Jade as heads turn for halftime with Polo Bow the pace setter. Polo Bow to a half in 57-2. Second split in 30-1. Out of the turn and down the backstretch. Polo Bow widens his advantage to 2 lengths now. Still being tracked by pocket sitter Sand on Fire, who's being urged to keep up in second. Another 2 more to Western Playboy in third. First over on the outside, there's Vegas Excalibur now gaining ground from 4th. Following cover Meadowland Merlin the outside 5th. Rock's Big Boy is hemmed in 6th, followed by Pacific Eagle, third over Sociable Sam, far back Gifted Jade at 3/4. Polo Bow still on top and unchallenged in 1:26-2, and he starts to turn it on now. Polo Bow moves to head stretch with a 2-length lead. Sand on Fire still right there in second. 2 lengths farther back to Western Playboy in third, followed by Rock's Big Boy. Vegas Excalibur had nothing tonight as they turn into the stretch. Polo Bow leads at 2.5 lengths. Sand on Fire giving chase in second. Late pace Western Playboy the outside. It's Polo Bow on top, and Polo Bow will prevail. Sand on Fire, Western Playboy third in 1:55-3. Up in official, 4-3 exact at 33 even. Try 4-3-2, 228.80. Back in the winner's circle. He's 1 for 1 this season. Polo Bow, a 4-year-old bay stallion by Polo Player out of Colwood Granny by Armbro Emerson. Owned by the partnership of Hodkinson, Puccio, and Vesco. Ned Hodkinson trains, and Bill Long Jr. is the winning driver, 1:55-3. On the track for the second race, here they are. 1 is Diamond Brigade, owned by Evstasio Panagiotopoulou. Charlie Smith Jr. drives. 2 is Yankee Lahar, owned by Philip New, with Jim Dilly. Number 3 is Bob's Little Bird, leased and driven by Tony Fuller. 4 is Sandbest of Sam, owned by James Sparks, with Bob Harper. 5, Gust of Dare, owned by the partnership of Kaufman and Settlemore. Kane Kaufman drives. 6, Finale's Flight, owned by Nancy Perry, Greg Grismore. 7 is Childhood's End, owned by Paul Simpson, Jeff Fount, the driver. And the 8 is Full of Cam. It's owned by Dino LaCastro and Jim Morgan. Brad Henners in the bike. Now 7 minutes until post time. They're off. Very even start. Yankee Lahar, Bob's Little Bird, Childhood's End, Full of Cam on the far outside is prominent. 2 lengths farther back to San Best of Sam. Diamond Brigade to the inside. A Gust of Dare, Finale's Flight is last as they sort themselves out and race midway on the far turn the first time. Childhood's End on a short-lived lead. Full of Cam looks to take over from the outside. Yankee Lahar is dropped in third. Length and a half farther back, and we come to Bob's Little Bird, followed by San Best of Sam, clocking the quarter in 27 3. Passing the stands for the first time, parked through the first quarter, now clearing off is Brad Hanners and Full of Cam. Full of Cam has got the lead by a length and a quarter. Being tracked by Childhood's End in second. Yankee Lahar stays in third. Bob's Little Bird is next in fourth. Sam Best of Sam racing fifth. Diamond Brigade, Gust of Dare first over, looking to flush cover. And Finale's Flight is last but moving up. 7 lengths separate front to back as they race through the clubhouse turn and hit halftime with Full of Cam on top in 57 4. Full of Cam, Childhood's End right there in the pocket. Yankee Lahar with clearance in third. Gust of Dare continues the grind on the outside, first over gaining fourth. Bob's Little Bird hemmed now in fifth. Second over is Finale's Flight, 5 off the pace in sixth. Then it's San Best of Sam, and Diamond Brigade is third over trailing. Midway through the backstretch, pointing for the far turn. And it's still Full of Cam on an uncontested lead. Full of Cam from pocket sitter Childhood's End. Gust of Dare trying to hang tough on the outside third. Yankee Lahar, Finale's Flight, Bob's Little Bird, 127 1. 3/16 left as they move to head stretch. And Full of Cam is let out a notch now and opens up by 2. Childhood's End is racing in second. Gust of Dare is all out to keep up. Yankee Lahar, late pace on the far outside. Finale's Flight inside the final 16th. Hanners goes to work on Full of Cam. Childhood's End, Finale's Flight the outside, but it's Full of Cam to win it. Finale's Flight up second, and Childhood's End third, 156 2. Back to the winner's circle is Full of Cam, scoring his 4th victory in 10 starts on the season. He's an 8-year-old brown-gelded son of Cam Fella out of Colleen Hanover by Albatross and by Dino LaCastro and Dreamer Morgan in Pennsylvania and Ohio. Virgil Morgan Jr. trains. Brad Hanners the winning driver in 156 2. Reed Racing's Sharp-Dressed Sam, Jeff Fount drives. The 2 is Bell Matlantic, owned by Metters, Lineberger, with Greg Grismore. 3 is Our Little Longlow, owned by Cloverleaf of Dayton Inc., Todd Jones. 4 is Groomsman, owned by Frenchie Fuller, with Kane Kaufman. 5, Beverly Bushelman's Beatty Towner, the driver Bob Harper. 6 is Old Brooklyn, owned by Oop Doing Trotting, with Brad Henners. Number 7 is Tinsel Terror, owned by Leland Abbott with Elliot Deaton. The 8 is Flash as a Future, owned by Alan Hoke with Kyle Lader. 9 is David Hanauer's Rough and Trent Tharps. And off the second tier, the 10, Master Joe, owned by Russ Angelbeck with Tony Fuller. Post time in 6 minutes. Third race field is lined up in the backstretch and set to go. They're off and pacing. Groomsman leaves from between horses. Flash shows the future from the far outside. Old Brooklyn, Sharp-Dressed Sam up close from the rail. Length and a half farther back to Master Joe, just in front of Bell Matlantic. Our Little Loglow, Beatty Towner third last to Rough and Tinsel Terror. Midway through the far turn the first time, and Groomsman on the inside gives way to Old Brooklyn early. Charging up 3 deep is Flash Ozzy Future. Just in behind, Sharp-Dressed Sam is third. Followed next by Master Joe in fourth. By the opening quarter, 28 1/5. Passing the stands for the first time, and it's Kyle Lader and Flash Ozzy Future. Parked 3 deep through much of the first quarter. They've cleared off now. They open up by 2. Old Brooklyn right there in second. The gap is 3 to Groomsman in third. Master Joe gets the cover flow rolling from fourth. He's 3 off the pace. Sharp Dress Sam at the rail is fifth. Up alongside sixth is Belm Atlantic, followed by Our Little Loglo, Beatty Towner, Ruff, and Tinsel Terror. Over to halftime. Pace setter is Flash Josie Future in 57 and 3. 29 and 2 on quarter two as they round the turn into the backstretch. Flash Josie Future leads the way. Now Master Joe, the long shot, is pressing from the outside in second, followed by Old Brooklyn, who's getting the perfect trip in the pocket third. Well placed in the cover flow, Belm Atlantic, a length and a half off the lead in fourth. Locked in Groomsman, shuffle back to fifth. Third over Beatty Towner, Sharp Dress Sam, Ruff, Our Little Loglo, gapped out trailing Tinsel Terror. At the 3/4, Flash Josie Future, holding off a challenger, Master Joe, 126 and 3. 3/16 of a mile left as they make the turn for home now. It's Flash Josie Future, still holding off Master Joe. Old Brooklyn yet to be heard from, but he's right there in the pocket, followed by Groomsman along the inside. Far outside is Belm Atlantic, driving to the final 16th, and Kyle Later starts to urge Flash Josie Future on. Old Brooklyn, Master Joe still there on the outside. Flash Josie Future, a bit rough at the line. Very tight there. Flash Josie Future, very rough at the line. Not sure if he broke or not. Over Master Joe, and Old Brooklyn tight for fourth, 155 and 3. The winner's circle is number 10, Master Joe. Inherits the victory here. A 5-year-old brown gelded son of Jade Lobel out of Annie's Special by Flying Bread, owned by trainer Russ Angelbeck and driven to victory by Tony Fuller. $10,684, $4,931 even. Tonight's fourth race, the $13,500 budget car and truck rental invitational pace. Field of 5 in this one. There are no changes. Exacta trifecta kicks off the pick 3, and here they are. The 1 is Cam's Rocket, owned by Dino LaCastro. Jeff Fount drives. Number 2 is Ice Chaser 1, owned by the Fighting Major stable with Brad Henners. Number 3 is Skyway Falcon, owned by Richard Brooks with Greg Grismore. There's the 4 uphill battle, owned by the Hartley Farms and Paul Gillenwater, Todd Jones. And number 5 is Silver Lined Pocket, owned by Joseph Mascara with Brian Sears. Post time for the 4th in 7 minutes. Fourth race pacers are lined up in the backstretch, and there they go. And they're off. Skyway Falcon lagged off the gate. The first away is Silver Lined Pocket from the far outside. Hustled away is Ice Chaser 1. Cam's Rocket nearest the rail. Gap of 2 uphill battle. Gap of 3. Trailer is Skyway Falcon. 8 lengths cover the field as they race to head stretch for the first time. Silver Lined Pocket leads a length and a quarter. Ice Chaser 1 ducks into the pocket second. Another 2 lengths farther back to Cam's Rocket in third. Uphill battle in Skyway Falcon. 26-2 for the opening quarter. Passing the stands in single file fashion with Silver Line Pocket calling the early shots. It's 4-5 favorites. Silver Line Pocket a length and a quarter. Closely pursued by Ice Chaser 1 in the pocket second. Cam's Rocket third. Uphill Battle fourth. Skyway Falcon fifth, and they're pretty tightly bunched, though single file, as they race around the clubhouse turn. Leading the way, it's Silver Line Pocket. Silver Line Pocket a length and a quarter. Ice Chaser 1. Cam's Rocket, Uphill Battle, Skyway Falcon, 56-4. Pace Setter gets a breather, just 30-2 on the second split for Silver Line Pocket, who remains unchallenged as they race midway through the backstretch. Silver Line Pocket by a length and a half. Ice Chaser 1 looks over him from second. Gap of 2 lengths farther back, Cam's Rocket third. Beginning the grind from the back of the pack, Skyway Falcon moves into fourth, and Uphill Battle inherits the trailing position 5 off the lead. Silver Line Pocket 125 flat. Moving around the far turn the final time. It's Silver Line Pocket leading a length and a quarter, and Hanners starts to ask Ice Chaser 1 for more. Next we come to Cam's Rocket, Uphill Battle. Skyway Falcon again drops back to last as they turn into the stretch. And this one is Silver Line Pocket. He leads it now by 3 lengths. Ice Chaser 1 could not go with him. Late pace Uphill Battle the outside, but the feature belongs to Silver Line Pocket by 2. Uphill Battle, Cam's Rocket 152-3. Back to the winner's circle is Silver Line Pocket. 5 wins and 10 starts this season for the 6-year-old Big Eldred son of In the Pocket out of Awfully Nice by Nero's BB, owned by Joseph Mascara of Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Bob Corey Jr. is the winning trainer, and Brian Sears is the winning driver. 152-3. $5-4 exacta, 42.20, try 5-4-1, $140.20. Rundown, Cam's Rocket third, Ice Chaser 1 fourth, Skyway Falcon fifth. Fifth race field now on parade. Here they are. Number 1 is Captain Hubie, owned by Donald Knight and Kay Hubner. Jim Daly drives. The 2 is Magic After Dark, owned by Mike Etter with Brian Sears. Number 3 is Paul Cantrell's Native Dragon and Greg Grismore. 4 Shady Rival is owned by Russell and Sherry Angelback, Tony Fuller. The 5 is Stoico, owned by William Donovan, Jeff Fout. 6 Dare You Corey, owned by Darby's Edge Stable and Enviro Stables Limited, Brad Hanners. 7 Vivrick, owned by Richard Shively, Bob Harper. 8 is Scott Glandon's Blake Castle, Kyle Ader. And the 9 horse is Civil Sam, owned by Kathy Ratcliffe and Jerry Zossel. Dean Collins drives 6 minutes. There they go. They're off. Away very evenly. Stoico from center field. Magic After Dark. Blake Castle drives up from 4 wide. Captain Hubie comes away in fourth to the inside of Dare You Corey. Native Dragon is next. And then it's Shady Rival, Vivrick, and Civil Sam. Moving around the far turn the first time, and Kyle Ader and Blake Castle take the lead and kick away by 2. Stoico back to second, Magic After Dark, Captain Hubie, and Hanners drops Dare You Corey into the 5-hole, quarter up 27-2. Passing the stands for the first time, pace setter is 6-5 shot, Blake Castle. Blake Castle by a margin of 2. Drafting along in second is Stoico, Magic After Dark. First over, gaining rapidly, is Dare You Corey. Native Dragon follows that live cover flow. Captain Hubie, Shady Rival third over. Vivrick comes to the outside. Civil Sam is last as heads turn for halftime. Leading the way, it's Blake Castle. Blake Castle by a length, soon to be joined by Dare You Corey on the outside. Stoico a ground saving third. Native Dragon outside in fourth. Hemmed in fifth, Magic After Dark to a half in 57-2. Racing in sixth position is Captain Hubie. Unable to keep up with the cover is Shady Rival. Then we come down to the inside. Civil Salmon, Vivric's fourth over on the outside. 6 lengths cover the double-tiered field. With 5/16 of a mile left, they point for the far turn. And on the inside, Blake Castle leads it. Daria Corey tries to challenge in second. Stoico, Native Dragon, Magic After Dark, 125 and 4. Moving around to head stretch. And Blake Castle fights off a challenge from Daria Corey and has it by a length and a quarter now. Stoico back to second. Daria Corey could not go on third. Followed along the inside by Magic After Dark and Native Dragon. Coming inside the 16th. Blake Castle the inside. Here's Pocket Sitter Stoico to take him on. Blake Castle, Stoico on the outside. Stoico might have just gotten there over Blake Castle. Daria Corey third, 153 and 4. Heading back into the winner's circle is Stoico. 2 wins this season, 2 straight for the 3-year-old Presidential Ball Colt. Out of Arborough, Escapade by legal notice. Owned by William Donovan of Bellingham, Mass. Jim Arledge Jr. trains Jeff Out as the winning driver. 153 and 4. By far a lifetime best for Stoico. 5.8 exact is $76.40. And the try 5.86, 309.60. Sam 8th, top to bottom, 5.46, 7.13, 9.28. Number 1 is Spandrel Hanover, owned by Joe Sabraco and Jim Arledge. Jeff Fout drives. Number 2 is 5-Star Blade, owned by Michael Fletcher and Craig Bowman, Kane Kaufman in the bike. Number 3 is Beach Cruiser, owned by Thomas, Allison, and Quillen, Brad Hanners. Number 4 is Fritzy Cam, owned by David Lowe with Melby Ober. 5 is Swinging Lifestyle, owned by McWilliams and Christelle. Ron Steck drives. The 6 is Rain Man, owned by Mark and Matt Rowe with Brian Sears. Number 7 is BK's Pocket Change, owned by Charles and Ersthausen, Elliot Deaton. And the 8 is Maddie's Mulligan, owned by Richard Brooks with Greg Grismore. Post time for the 6th race, now in 6 minutes. And the starting gate is underway for tonight's 6th race. In the backstretch, ready for a start. And they're off and pacing. Fritzy Cam from between horses is first away for the lead. Spandrel Hanover from the inside to engage. 5-Star Blade from the rail is third. As Brian Sears takes up Rain Man, dropping that one into the 4th spot. Just in front of Beach Cruiser, gap of 2, Swinging Lifestyle. BK's Pocket Change and Maddie's Mulligan brings up the rear. Racing ahead stretch for the first time. Spandrel Hanover. Fritzy Cam dries on up after the lead. Opening quarter, 28 and 1. Passing the stands for the first time, and Fritzy Cam is on a short lead. Coming right back out of the pocket is Spandrel Hanover on the retake, and that will soon be joined by Beach Cruiser, who's flying up first over. Fritzy Cam quickly back to third. Gap of 2, Swinging Lifestyle gains ground from 4th. 5-Star Blade the rail 5th. Alongside is Rain Man. 3 more to BK's Pocket Change, and Maddie's Mulligan is 8 off the pace setter as they round the turn on their way to the half-mile pole. Beach Cruiser takes over command. Spandrel Hanover now back to second, followed by Fritzy Cam third. Swinging Lifestyle left first over, uncovered. Then it's 5-Star Blade, Rain Man. BK's Pocket Change and Maddie's Mulligan through a half in 56 and 4. Less than 3/8 remaining as they race midway through the backstretch. And it's Beach Cruiser settled down on the lead. In front of Spandrel Hanover a length and a quarter. And Spandrel Hanover has now gone off stride. Swinging Lifestyle moves in a second. Fritzy Cam inherits third. Gap of 2, 5-Star Blade. Rain Man can't hit his best stride. 3/4 in 1:25 and 4. 3/16 of a mile left as they move to head stretch. And it's Beach Cruiser leading the way. Swinging Lifestyle. Fritzy Cam is laboring. Followed at the rail by 5-Star Blade and Rain Man. Driving through the final 8th mile. This one is Beach Cruiser. Beach Cruiser a length. Swinging Lifestyle late pace. Fritzy Cam still there on the outside. It's Beach Cruiser outside Fritzy Cam. The rail Swinging Lifestyle looked like Fritzy Cam got up. Finishing second was Beach Cruiser, tight for third. Swinging Lifestyle, Maddie's Mulligan, 1:55 and 2. Four at 3 exacted, 2:33 even. Try 4 at 3.5, 992.60, 3 of 3 in the pick threes, 702.60. Back into the winner's circle, lighting up the board at 27-1 is Fritzy Cam, a 4-year-old brown gelded son of Cam Best out of Lori's Diamond by No Nukes. Owned and trained by David Lowe, Melby Ober, the winning driver in 1:55 and 2. Here's your rundown for race 6. Spandrel Hanover 8th, 5-Star Blade was 7th, Beach Cruiser 2nd, Fritzy Cam the winner. Swinging Lifestyle 3rd, Rain Man 6th, BK's Pocket Change was 5th, Maddie's Mulligan 4th from the top, 8-7-2, 1-3-6-5-4. Upcoming 7th race, 12 minutes away at 9:17. Bob Harper drives the 4 Superior Avenue with exact in trifecta. And the field for the 7th race is out on a post parade. Exact in trifecta wagering. Number 1 is Daresbury Lane, owned by the Casper stable with Brad Hanners. Number 2 is Will's Pocket, owned by Richard Neff. Charlie Neff drives. The 3 horses Zach Bloom, owned by Scott Glandon with Kyle Ader. From post 4 is Alan Keith's Superior Avenue. Bob Harper drives. The 5 is Badbury Creek, owned by Spieldenner and Quadrosi, Jeff Fount. 6 is TM's Flight Skipper, owned by Louis Dolgen with Elliot Deaton. 7 is Billy's 6-Shooter, owned by Billy and Opal Sizemore. Greg Grismore is the pilot. 8 is Game Gino, owned by Russo Washburn and the Highlight Stable, Todd Jones. And rounding out the field from post 9 is Alert Falcon, owned by Burke and Burke. Brian Sears drives 6 minutes. Breast entering the turn. Game Gino comes away in 5th. 5 lengths clear of Zach Bloom. Billy's 6-Shooter is next in line. Then 2 more to Alert Falcon and 5 back to the breaker, Daresbury Lane, as they race to the head of the stretch. Superior Avenue leads the way, 27 and 2. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Superior Avenue on top, a length and a quarter. Drafting along in second is Will's Pocket, 2 in front of Badbury Creek. Game Gino tucked in 4th, 2 in front of TM's Flight Skipper. Next in line is Zach Bloom, who's brought to the outside and has flushed out Game Gino. Following cover, Alert Falcon from 3rd last. Billy's 6-Shooter and Daresbury Lane has caught the field. Moving around to halftime, Superior Avenue is carving out the fractions. Superior Avenue from Will's Pocket. Game Gino first over on the outside, 3rd. Halftime 57 and 3. Along the rail, Badbury Creek is buried in 4th. Second over, Zach Bloom 3 off the pace in 5th. Alert Falcon into 6th. Down at the inside, TM's Flight Scooter is tapped in 7th. 2 in front of Billy's 6-Shooter and Daresbury Lane. 5/16 of a mile left as they point for the far turn. And it's still Superior Avenue leading the way. Superior Avenue, Game Gino in his second. Will's Pocket could not keep up. Outside, Zach Bloom is coming on in 1:25 and 3. Moving around to the head of the stretch. and it's Superior Avenue on top by a length and a quarter from Game Gino in second. Zach Bloom 2 off the pace, under urging third. 2.5 more to Will's Pocket as they make their way into the stretch. Superior Avenue gets some urging, leads a length. Game Gino is second. Zach Bloom trying to close on the outside third, but Superior Avenue will prevail, beating out Game Gino for second, finishing third Zach Bloom in 1:54. Seventh race is now official. Back in the winner's circle, Superior Avenue, 5-year-old black-gelded son of Towner's Big Guy, out of Black Avenue by Jamugo, owned by Alan Keith, trained by Mike Roth. The winning driver is Bob Harper in 1:54 flat. 4.8 exact is 7:63 even. Try 4.83, 1,989.40. Post time is in the backstretch, and there they go. Eighth race field sent on their way. A rainstorm went on a bad break and is far back, trailing the field. Art.com comes away with a narrow early lead. Cheers to the Future up alongside. 3 wide is Tiny on the outside. A length and a half back to Don Van Scooter, just off the early pace, racing in fourth. The gap is then 3 to Newt Gingrich. Then it's Fun Time Buddy Boy, and the distant trailer is a Rainstorm. Moving around to head stretch for the first time. On the inside, it's Art.com. Early pressure from Tiny on the outside, who's seeking the lead in 27 seconds flat. Passing the stands for the first time. Tiny on the outside works hard to clear the top. Has it a length and a quarter from Art.com, who's back out to retake. Gap of 2, Cheers to the Future. 2 more, Don Van Scooter, Newt Gingrich. Fun Time Buddy Boy, 20 lengths back to a Rainstorm. Around the turn on their way to the half-mile pole. Back on top, it's Art.com. Art.com leads at a length and a quarter. Tiny on the outside is back to second. Cheers to the Future is first over out of the 3-hole, giving cover to Don Van Scooter, who's now in striking range 2 off the pace. Newt Gingrich, Fun Time Buddy Boy to the outside. Far back a Rainstorm, 55-4. Taxing fractions with 3/8 remaining. They head down the back stretch. And it's Art.com holding off a stiff challenge from Cheers to the Future. They are on even terms as they head into the turn. A length and a half farther back to the outside. Don Van Scooter well placed in third. At the rail, Tiny on the outside is racing fourth. Newt Gingrich buried in fifth. Fun Time Buddy Boy third over 6, but only 3 from the front. 3/4 in 1:24.1. Moving to the top of the stretch. And it's still Art.com. Art.com has fought off a challenge from Cheers to the Future. Tiny on the outside is right there in the pocket, and gaining on the far outside is Don Van Scooter. Inside is 16th. Art.com is all out. Tiny on the outside, up the inside. Don Van Scooter the outside. Art.com just holds on to win it. Tiny on the outside. Don Van Scooter 1:54. Back in the winner's circle is Art.com. 3 straight victories and 4 victories on the season in 6 starts. 1:54 here. 4-year-old Bay Stallion by Arts plays out of China Princess by No Nukes, owned by the partnership of Lehman, Gregory, Chatkin, and Stambaugh. Jim Arledge Jr. trains, and Jeff Fowd gets 2 winners on the night, scoring with Art.com. Rundown, a Rainstorm 7th, Art.com the winner. Cheers to the Future 4th, Newt Gingrich 5th, Don Van Scooter 3rd, Tiny on the outside 2nd, Fun Time Buddy Boy 6th. Here they are in the post parade for the 9th race. One is Tucson Guy, owned by Gary Adams with Bob Harper. 2 JL's Pokey, owned by Crow and Deaton. Elliot Deaton drives. 3 is Abnormal, owned by Nancy Buckley with Jim Daly. 4 is Let's Rock, owned by Eilert and King, Greg Grismore. 5 Kentucky Kid is owned by Zygnicus, Geiler and Beatty, Sandy Beatty. 6 I Carl's Hometown, owned by Darby's Edge Stable, Morgan and Ace and Payson Stables, Brad Henners. And from post 7, it's Oh Man, owned by Randy White with Brian Sears, 6 minutes. There they go. They're off. Let's Rock from between horses. Tucson Guy at the rail. 3 wide is Oh Man. Length and a half farther back to JL's Pokey, who gets away 3 off the pace in 4th. Another 2 more to Abnormal. Followed next by Kentucky Kid, who's second last to the trailer, I Carl's Hometown. Moving around to the head of the stretch for the first time. And Greg Grismore is on the lead early with Let's Rock. Let's Rock opens up by 2. An Oh Man in second. 2 back. Tucson Guy is third. JL's Pokey out early from 4th. Followed by Abnormal. Kentucky Kid and I Carl's Hometown in 28 seconds flat. Passing the stands for the first time. Let's Rock on the inside, but JL's Pokey brushes to the lead under the wire with 5/8 to go. Gap of 2, Oh Man is third. 2 more, Tucson Guy racing mid-pack 4th. Length and a half farther back to Abnormal, followed by Kentucky Kid, and I Carl's Hometown is last. Moving around the turn on their way to the half-mile pole. JL's Pokey, the favorite, is on top. Hits the half in 57-2. Out of the turn and down the backstretch. JL's Pokey a length and a quarter. Let's Rock back to second. Abnormal in gear, ranging up first over third. Followed next by Oh Man, who comes to the outside, picking up cover 4th. Tucson Guy is back to 5th. Third over, I Carl's Hometown, 4 off the pace. Second last, trailer is Kentucky Kid. 5/16 of a mile left as they enter the far turn. It's JL's Pokey on the inside, trying to hold off a challenge from Abnormal. They're in tandem in 1:26-4. Moving around the far turn, and it's Abnormal on the outside with a nose in front, now a neck in front, a half length in front of JL's Pokey in second. Let's Rock shakes loose in third, followed by Tucson Guy. Oh Man could not go on. I Carl's Hometown and Kentucky Kid turning into the stretch. Outside, Abnormal takes over the lead. Late pace, Tucson Guy. Let's Rock is shaking loose on the far outside. Abnormal, Let's Rock, Abnormal, yes. Let's Rock second, Tucson Guy, 1:55-4. Three four exacted, 289.80. Try 341, 2007, 2640. Returning to the winner's circle is number 3, Abnormal. Longest shot on the board. Upsets here in 1:55-4. 5-year-old big-elded son of Noble Land Sam out of Goody Two Shoes by Good to See You, by Nancy Buckley of West Palm Beach, Florida. Daryl Hoosier trains. Jim Daly is the winning driver. Here's your rundown. Tucson Guy third, JL's Pokey 4th. Abnormal the winner. Let's Rock second. Kentucky Kid 5th. I Carl's Hometown 7th. Oh Man was 6th. 3-4-1, 2-5-7-6. On the track for race 10, here's the field. Number 1 is Marlowe Hanover, owned by Dino LaCastro with Brad Henners. The 2 is the Master, owned by Bartley and Bartley, Jeff Fount. 3 is Out. 4 is Direct Bill, owned by Walter Shepner with Greg Grismore. Number 5 is All Our Fella, owned by Joseph Mascara with Brian Sears. And the 6 horse is Ready Raider, owned by the Hartley Farms and Paul Gillenwater with Todd Jones. 10th race post time in 6 minutes. And there they go, lined up for the 10th. They're off and pacing. Marlowe Hanover from the inside is away well. The master between horses. Ready Raider from 3 wide. Direct Bill and All Our Fella is last. 4 lengths cover the field as they enter into the far turn. Marlowe Hanover quickly opens up a 2.5 length lead on the master's second. Gap of 2 more. Direct Bill, All Our Fella, and Ready Raider was forced to drop in last, about 7 lengths off the lead. Pace setter is Marlowe Hanover, fast opening quarter, 26 3/5, passing the stands for the first time. And Brad Henders has Marlowe Hanover now settled down on the lead. She is in front by 2 lengths. From the master in second, a length and a half more. Direct Bill third. All Our Fella and Ready Raider is trailing the field. The field of 5 now enters the clubhouse turn, and Marlowe Hanover is on top. Marlowe Hanover leads a length and a quarter from the Aussie shipper. The master in second position. Direct Bill, All Our Fella, Ready Raider just 55 4 for halftime. 29 1 on the second split. Rounding the turn into the backstretch. Marlowe Hanover on an uncontested lead. Marlowe Hanover by 2 lengths. The master second. All Our Fella on the move, gaining ground first over in third. Now Direct Bill is back to fourth, and Ready Raider trails the field fifth. 5/16 of a mile left as they enter the far turn. It's still Marlowe Hanover on top. Marlowe Hanover by a length in 3 parts. The master second. All Our Fella is stalled. Direct Bill, Ready Raider 124. Moving around to head stretch. And it's still Marlowe Hanover on top. Marlowe Hanover from the master. Direct Bill has moved into third. All Our Fella has dropped out of it. Ready Raider is last. They turn into the stretch. And it's still Marlowe Hanover leading the way. But the master dives to the inside, and Direct Bill is in gear on the outside. They've swallowed up Marlowe Hanover. Direct Bill on the outside. The master the rail. Direct Bill goes on to win it. The master and Marlowe Hanover 152 2. Board to exact 87.20. Try 4-2-1, 170.40. Upset winner of the Open is the 4, Direct Bill. Direct Bill, a 7-year-old brown stallion by Direct Scooter out of One Bad Sister by Cam Fella. Owned by Walter Shepner of Canton, Ohio. Jeff Cox trains. Greg Grismore, the winning driver. Second win of the season for Direct Bill. Scoring here at 152 2. Marlowe Hanover third, the master second. My Pal Mark was scratched. Direct Bill the winner. All Our Fella fifth. Ready Raider fourth. Top down 3-2 scratch 154. 13 minutes to race 11. Severino Terramina with Bob Harper. Number 2 is the Derby's Edge Stables Western Pursuit, and Brad Henders driving. 3 is Enlisted Man, owned by Burke, Starr, and Burke, Brian Sears. Number 4 is Mike Edder's Roll On Sam. Greg Grismore drives. From post 5, it's Barefoot in the Sand, owned by Alan Bolin with Elliott Deaton. 6, Ace High Big Guy, owned by Kevin Markham with Rick Heitman. 7 is Katie's Pocket Money, owned by Charles and Trent, Jeff Fout. The 8, TNT Hanover, owned by Beverly Bushelman with Kane Kaufman. From post 9, it's Suburbanite, owned by David Cooper and Gene Hall, Jeff Neisonger. And the 10-horse Category 5 is owned by Scott Glandon, Kyle Aders, and the bike post time is in 6 minutes. It is rolling. Category 5 is way back. There they go. They're off. Enlisted Man, Barefoot in the Sand from alongside. Max Public Enemy, Western Pursuit. The top 4 have opened up by 2.5. Roll On Sam is 5th, 2 in front of Ace High Big Guy. Suburbanite is looking for a seat. And then it's KD's Pocket Money, TNT Hanover, and way back, just at the start now, is Category 5. moving around to head stretch for the first time. And Western Pursuit and Hanners win the early battle for the lead. 27 seconds for the opening quarter. Passing the stands for the first time. It's Western Pursuit on top, and Barefoot in the Sand ran up on top of him and went off stride. Max Public Enemy moves into second, and Max Public Enemy inherits the lead as Western Pursuit goes off stride. Enlisted Man second, Roll On Sam third, Ace High Big Guy, KD's Pocket Money, TNT Hanover, Suburbanite, still off stride inside Western Pursuit, Barefoot in the Sand, and again about an eighth mile behind is Category 5. They've reached a half in 57-4. Out of the turn and down the back stretch. It's Max Public Enemy, a three-quarter length lead from the first over challenger, Ace High Big Guy in second. Enlisted Man well placed in the pocket third. Outside KD's Pocket Money is 2 off the pace, second over in fourth. Along the rail, Roll On Sam is hemmed in fifth, only 3 from the front. Third over is TNT Hanover. Suburbanite looks to come to the outside. Western Pursuit is back into the picture, but he's 5 from the front with some traffic. 3/4 are on the board in 1:27-1. Moving around the far turn, Max Public Enemy by a length. Ace High Big Guy trying to stick with him in second. Followed at the rail by Enlisted Man in third. Looking to tip off cover is KD's Pocket Money. Roll On Sam will need to dip way down to the passing lane as they drive through the final eighth mile. Max Public Enemy, Harper urging him on. Ace High Big Guy, Enlisted Man. KD's Pocket Money's not going to get there. Ace High Big Guy grinds out the win. Finishing second was Max Public Enemy, tight for third. Enlisted Man, KD's Pocket Money, 156. That inquiry has no effect on the top 4 finishers. 6-1-7-3, still unofficial. Claiming Pacers on the track for tonight's 12th race. Here they are. Number 1 is Timely Scooter, owned by the SmackDown stable with Adam Rucker. The 2 is Frankie Nine Toes, owned by Charles D. and Charles F. Schrader, Brian Sears. 3 is Carolina Jack, owned by Bartley and Bartley, Jeff Fout. The 4 is Debbie Avery's CL's Lad and Elliot Deaton. 5 is Cutting In, owned by Randy White. Greg Grismore is the driver. And there's the 6, Ask for Trouble, owned by Howard, Corey, and Morgan. Brad Hanners drives. Post time is now in 6 minutes. Twelfth race field lined up and set to go. They're off. Cutting In, Ask for Trouble. Frankie Nine Toes nearest the rail. CL's Lad, Timely Scooter, and Carolina Jack brings up the rear. Round the far turn the first time. And from the far outside, Ask for Trouble powers into the lead and opens up by 2. Cutting In is back to second. Length and a half more to Frankie Nine Toes, followed by CL's Lad, Timely Scooter, and Carolina Jack. Field is covered by 8 lengths as they pass the opening quarter, and it's Ask for Trouble on top in 28 seconds flat. Favorite Ask for Trouble is on top by a length and a quarter, being tracked in the pocket by Cutting In second. Length and a half more to Frankie Nine Toes in third, just in front of CL's Lad, Timely Scooter, and Carolina Jack flushes out CL's Lad as they move into the clubhouse turn. Ask for Trouble is in command, rounding the turn on their way to the half-mile pole. Ask for Trouble Cutting In along the inside, racing in third position is Frankie Nine Toes as CL's Lad moves up from alongside. Moving with the cover, but yet to catch it is Carolina Jack. Timely Scooter is last in 58-2. Off the turn and down the backstretch. Leading the way, it's Ask for Trouble. Ask for Trouble is getting away cheap and leads it by a length and a half. Cutting In still right there in the pocket second as CL's Lad struggles to hit his best stride on the outside third. And then we come down to Frankie Nine Toes, Timely Scooter, and Carolina Jack. 5 lengths separate front to back, passing 3/4. And Ask for Trouble is going to try to get away now. 1:27.2. Moving around ahead stretch. It's Ask for Trouble by a length and a half. From cutting in second, CL's Lad is holding his ground on the outside third, followed by Frankie Nine Toes, who's trapped in Timely Scooter, and Carolina Jack as they straighten up and drive for the wire. And Hanners starts to urge on Ask for Trouble. Closing along the rail is cutting in. CL's Lad is in gear on the outside, and here he comes. Far outside, Frankie Nine Toes shakes loose. CL's Lad, Frankie Nine Toes, CL's Lad. Frankie Nine Toes and Ask for Trouble in 1:56.2. 12th is up and official. 4-2 on the exacta was $93 even. The try 4-2-6, 168.40. Winner circle bound is CL's Lad, scoring his second win on the season. He's a 7-year-old bay gelded son of Pick Up Your Feet out of CL Ravina by Raven Hanover. Owned by Debbie Every of Beach Lake, Pennsylvania. Josh Green trains Elliott Deaton, the winning driver, 156.2. One is Letter of Mark, owned by Owens, Ravello, Todd Jones drives. Number 2 is Wild Red Reed, Dan Ader owns, Kyle Ader drives. 3 is Craig Bowman's Broadway and Kane Kaufman in the bike. 4 is Santog, owned by Kirby Sutton with Brian Sears. 5 Record Season, owned by Paul Simpson with Jim Daly. 6 Noteworthy Wolf, owned by Norman McVeigh with Ron Steck. 7 is New Bucks, owned by LeCastro and Morgan, Brad Henners. 8 is Louis D, owned by the Quinny Lou Stables Limited, Dan Noble. Number 9 is Happy Listening, owned by Nancy Perry with Greg Grismore. And the 10 horse is Fun Bunch, owned by the Smackdown Stable with Adam Rucker, 6 minutes until post. Field for the nightcap, lining up, and there they go. They're off and pacing. Record Season and Santog leave together. Letter of Mark from the inside, and New Buck is driving up for good position from the far outside. Gap of 2 to the second tier starter, Fun Bunch, who comes away in 5th, just in front of Broadway, who takes a tuck in 6th. Then it's 2 more to Wild Red Reed, followed next by Noteworthy Wolf. Louis D and Happy Listening is last. Moving around to head stretch for the first time, and from the outside, New Bucks and Brad Hanners go on to take over the lead. Park through the quarter, they paced it in 27.4. Passing the stands for the first time, New Bucks is on top. New Bucks leads it by 2. Record Season second, 2 back Santog third. Same gap, Letter of Mark is racing in 4th. Fun Bunch stays in 5th. Broadway is 6th. Wild Red Reed comes to the outside now in 7th, followed by Noteworthy Wolf, Louis D, and Happy Listening. Heads turn for the half-mile pole, and New Bucks leads the way. New Bucks from Record Season second. Santog now comes to the outside third, giving cover to Fun Bunch in 4th. Letter of Mark tightens in 5th. These 3 off the pace, but very jammed up there at the rail. Third over is Broadway, halftime 57 seconds flat. Next in line in the cover flow is Wild Red Reed, Louis D, Noteworthy Wolf. Trailer is Happy Listening. Less than 3/8 remaining as they head for the far turn, and Santog is now the leader. It's Santog by a length. Fun Bunch back to second. Broadway rallying in third. New Bucks has dropped anchor. Closing in is Wild Red Reed. Record Season gets out of the way in 1:27 flat. Moving around to head stretch. And it's Santog on top. Santog leads the way. Broadway second. Fun Bunch is dropping back between horses. Wild Red Reed on the far outside as they make their way into the stretch. On top of the field, it's Santog by a length, but here comes Broadway on the outside, Santog on the inside, Broadway on the outside, then Record Season and Wild Red Reed, but it's Broadway in front. Finishing second was Santog, Record Season third, looked like the 1 Letter of Mark for 4th. Back in the winner's circle is Broadway. First win in 13 starts of the season. 8-year-old brown gelded son of J. Lobel out of Oriental Avenue by Son Sam. Owned and trained by Craig Bowman. Kane Kaufman is the winning driver, 156-3.